Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. I'm going to do this one in English. Let's talk about the whole situation with Liam. Today's Sunday, the 17th of August, 2025, and Liam is supposed to be Mohbad's son, but I was the one that said this child is not Mohbad's child. This child was fathered by somebody else who we don't know, and the mother has refused to do a clean DNA test. Yabo Joe and Tonto DK, who secretly took her for two DNA tests, found out negative tests. They called it private DNA. They went to use the grandmother's blood, I believe. Either way, this child is not Mohbad's child. This is the child that caused the fight in the backseat of the car that led to the injuries in the house and the continued vigorous fight. You can see Wumi's face, all swollen. Even some of the people in the car, when they were taking him to the hospital, they had swollen faces too while they were trying to separate them. The write-up that I wrote on Facebook goes like this, and I'll explain it to you, okay? This is Mohbad's dad, Liam, and Mohbad. If you look at their faces, I'm just trying to explain telegony to you. You can go and Google it. It's a disproven theory of hereditary holding, that an offspring can inherit the characteristic of a previous mate of the female parent. In other words, if Wumi is sleeping around with different men, the child she has is going to look like one of those men, but not necessarily the husband. So the only thing that can disprove this disproven theory is a DNA test. In other words, if Liam looks like somebody else, okay, another man, and Wumi has possibly slept with them, she has slept with everybody in the Marlian house. That's a known. She really needs a DNA test to say and find out who the father is. In this collage that I made, do you remember me accusing Sam Larry of fathering this baby? The two Sam Larry photos makes this child look like Sam Larry in ways that you may see or you may not see. But remember what Sam Larry did. Sam Larry replied me on Instagram story in October of 2023, a month after Mohbad died. Auntie Kemi, Liam is not my child. I have my own wife and children. Oh. And to me, that was his answer, and I killed the Sam Larry angle. Now, some of you are saying this child looks like Spending. Yeah, he does look like Spending and could be also Spending's child if Wumi has actually slept with Spending. Like I said, she has slept with everybody in the Marlian house. All right. This last picture of the child and Mohbad also has something funny here. This child is lighter than Mohbad. None of them are light like this. So I took it back to Sam Larry, but then Sam Larry said he didn't father the child, and I don't have to go further. Now, the expression of this child did not click with Mohbad. And this is King Saheed Elegushi, and I'll tell you his role there. And some of you eagle-eyed Nigerians that say that this king may have fathered Mohbad, I'm going to read you my write-up on what I wrote, okay? Because really, the reason why this is very important is because there was a fight in the back seat of the car, and this fight was over the child's paternity. There were two people in the car aside from Mohbad, Wumi, and the baby, and one of those people told me all the details about the fight. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one told me, but VDM interviewed one of them. However, you can do your probability and guessing over there. What I wrote was King Saheed Elegushi needs a better PR team on this case, especially with Wumi Adebanjo's slip of tongue. Remember that voice note where Wumi made a mistake? It's called a slip of tongue. Baba Liam killed Mohbad. Who is Baba Liam that killed Mohbad? You were the one with him. There was no Baba with you. People have constantly trolled this king on the paternity of Liam. He has constantly disowned Liam, so has Mohbad. So who's Liam's father? I did this investigation under IJ Mohbad. If you go to the hashtag IJ Mohbad on X, on Facebook, and any platform, you'll see all my work there. It's a lot of work, okay? About 300 and something posts, almost 90 something videos, almost 40 something live videos. Everything's there. I then did IJ Mohbad too. Okay, the first investigation I saw of the case, November 30th, I told Ayilara and Aguilar has passed away. Well, let me continue reading this first and then I'll discuss it. All right, I'm writing a book, and that's why I'm doing IJ Mobad review. And the review is because of these new things that VDM found. I knew there was a chat group, and I told you guys in September of 2023, but I didn't know who was in the group and what they were talking about. So I haven't put my book to press. Now, when you buy the book, you'll see everything, okay? If I keep giving you reviews, I won't be able to sell a book. And the reason why journalists write books about cases they did, like murder cases and all that, is to put it in history. Some do documentaries, some take it to Netflix. There's different things people do. But I want to write my first book about my career. So the details of Joseph Aloba's meeting with this king lasted 48 hours. If you remember, at one point, Baba Mubad said, Ale Lokba Mubad, meaning Baba Ale Lokba Mubad. It means the father of the bastard killed Mubad. The bastard will now be Liam. The father of the bastard is the person that fathered Liam. And two young men were arrested by King Elegushi for defaming him, saying that he fathered Liam. Now, when those guys were arrested, I don't know the details of the case. They went to court a few times. I don't know if they got bail, but the king used his power to arrest, and that's Nigeria for you. Now, he also filed a petition to have Joseph Aloba come in. When Baba Mubad went in, everybody was like real scared that they're going to detain him, arrest him, blah, blah, blah. They did not detain him overnight. It lasted 2 days. He went back the next morning. What they talked about, him and that king, was never released by him or by anybody. So we don't know the contents of their discussion. And Mr. Aloba has the key to it. Don't forget, you guys donated almost 220 million, okay, for Wumi and this whole family. And at the end of the day, some of the money you donated was supposed to go to a second DNA test, a second toxicology test for Mubad, which Baba Mubad never did. And some of those that sent big money from South Africa were very upset that their money was not used, and Baba Mubad just took the money and ran. Okay, so at the end of the day, all right, VDM interviewed one of those people in the car. Ayilara told his bosses that Kemi Olunloyo has possibly solved the case. Then he mysteriously died. Someone was cleaning out Ayilara's computers at the police headquarters, and they found my name in the email. The person said I should keep them secret. They just forwarded the email to me. That email is with me. You'll see it in my book. I can't put it out now. But in that email, it was being sent to a top cop, okay? And the top cop was told that I've possibly solved this case, but they don't want to solve it. You'll see why it happens. Okay, so the DNA issue was started by me. 3 days when that DNA issue was started by me, VDM started talking about it. So some of you think VDM started the DNA issue, okay? I started that issue. It's not competition. VDM mentioned my name in his video September 2023, asking Karimo to go and sue Kemi Olunloyo if you disagree with her on the DNA test. It's not competition. And this is the whole thing that started my fight with Yabo. As soon as Yabo saw me saying, don't donate for that black widow, let her go and do DNA, the attacks to me from Yabo now started, okay? So Karimo later called me that week in the middle of the night and cursing me, all right? So but basically this is what's going on. And during the time of the Ikate King, a lot of you were not focused. Many of you were sitting on the Yabo's side, following nonsense and acting like assholes and all. These are the headlines. Some people were telling me on Facebook they never saw this. Police group Baba Mubad. A lot of people were concerned about Baba Mubad because of the fact that they thought he was being arrested. But no, he went home and came back the next day. 48 hours interrogation. Elegushi family disowned Mubad's son's paternity dispute. They said it's not their child. Meanwhile, Wumi is saying that the child is a prince, has royal blood. Police interrogate Mubad's father. That's another one from Premium Times. And this is Liam. And guys, if you really notice that first birthday that she did for Liam, go and look at that picture that the boy was dressed in traditional in a photo shoot in a studio. Like everybody kept saying he looked like the king. And then Wumi herself said, look at my royal prince. So look at my royal prince is like, who is Wumi trolling? At the end of the day, go and do an open, clean DNA test for this child. Okay?